In this video, I will show you how to safely remove or replace the driver airbag module in this 4th generation Kia Sportage. The driver airbag module is secured to the steering wheel by 3 retaining clips. There is one clip on the left side, one on the right side, and one clip at the bottom. For the bottom clip, there is an access hole where you can insert a tool and release the clip. However, there are no visible access points for the upper clips. So to release those clips, you will have to remove the steering column cover. Removing the column cover allows access to the back side of the steering wheel where you can insert a tool and manually release these clips. The steering column cover consists of 2 separate pieces, an upper cover and a lower cover. The upper cover is only clipped in. To take it off, grab the back of the cover and gently pull it straight upward. Once the clips release, lift the upper cover away and set it aside. Once the upper panel is out of the way, you will see 2 screws that secure the lower steering column cover, one on the top left corner and one on the top right corner. These screws are partially hidden by the steering wheel, so you will have to rotate the steering wheel to access them. Start the engine to unlock the steering wheel and allow it to turn freely. Turn the steering wheel slightly to the left, then use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the left side screw. Next, rotate the steering wheel to the right and remove the right side screw. Once both screws are removed, return the steering wheel to the center position so that the front wheels are facing straight ahead. Then turn off the engine. Before we go any further, it is very important to disconnect the battery, especially when working around the airbag system. Airbags are powered by the vehicle's electrical system and can still deploy even after the ignition is turned off. To prevent accidental airbag deployment, open the hood and disconnect the negative battery terminal using a 10mm socket wrench. After disconnecting the battery, wait at least 10 minutes. This waiting period allows any stored electrical energy in the airbag system to fully discharge. Next, move underneath the steering column and remove the single screw at the bottom of the lower cover. With all 3 screws removed, gently pull the lower steering column cover downward. You will notice the cover is blocked by the steering wheel adjustment lever, so push the lever down into the unlocked position to give yourself more room. Even then, the cover won't come out completely because it's partially tucked behind the lower dash panel. First, tilt the steering wheel all the way up for extra clearance. Then carefully squeeze the upper edges of the cover and slide it out of the dashboard. You should lock the steering wheel now so it does not move around while you are working on the airbag. With the steering column cover removed, you now have access to the backside of the steering wheel. This is where the driver airbag module retaining clips are located. Start by releasing the bottom airbag clip first. At the bottom of the steering wheel, you will find a dedicated access hole that gives you direct access to this clip. Insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the hole and gently press on the plastic retaining clip inside until it releases. This clip is the easiest one to disengage and loosens the airbag module slightly from the bottom. Next, move to the left side airbag clip. Look inside the steering wheel from the back and locate the round metal bar that's hooked over a metal tab. Insert a flathead screwdriver or a pick tool through the opening and press the bar inward toward the center of the steering wheel. Once it releases, you will feel the airbag module loosen on the left side as well. Now release the right side airbag clip. Just like the left side, locate the metal bar hooked over the tab inside the steering wheel. Insert your pick tool and press the bar inward until the clip releases. The airbag module will now be fully free. There is no need to support the airbag module by hand during this process. Because of the angle of the steering wheel, the airbag will not fall forward when the clips are released. With all 3 clips released, you can now lift the airbag module away from the steering wheel. But be careful, there are wiring harnesses attached at the back. There are 2 connectors. The white connector with black wiring harness is for the horn, and the yellow connector in the center is for the airbag system. The horn connector is very straightforward. There is no locking tab to press here. Just grab the connector firmly and pull it straight out from the terminal until it disconnects. The connector for the airbag is a little different. If you look closely, there are 2 small tabs on either side. You'll have to lift both the tabs upward at the same time and then carefully pull the connector straight out. Once both connectors are disconnected, the airbag module is completely free. Let's take a closer look at the 3 clips on the back of the airbag module. First, the left side clip. You can see the round metal bar. You press this bar inward to release the airbag from this hook on the steering wheel frame. The right side clip is the same. You press the bar inward to release it from this hook on the steering wheel. The bottom clip is slightly different. It's just a plastic clip with a dedicated access hole. We inserted a Phillips head screwdriver through this hole in the steering wheel back cover to press the bottom clip and release the airbag module. These 3 clips are what secure the airbag to the steering wheel. This is the part number for the airbag module. However, always verify the part number for your vehicle before ordering it. Before you can set the airbag module down, it's very important to handle it safely. You cannot place the airbag just anywhere because it contains explosive components that can deploy if damaged or mishandled. Always place the module on a flat, stable surface with the airbag facing upward or the Kia logo at the top. This way, if it were to accidentally deploy, it will not be directed towards you. Never rest it face down, lean it against objects, or place it near heat sources or tools. To reinstall the airbag module, place it near the steering wheel and reconnect the electrical connectors. Line up the connector for the airbag module and push it in until you hear a click. Also reconnect the connector for the horn. Just slide it over the terminal until it is fully seated. With both connectors secured, it's time to reinstall the airbag module into the steering wheel. Align the 3 retaining clips on the back of the module with their mounting points. Press firmly but gently until you feel each clip snap into place. Make sure the module sits flush with the steering wheel. Next, carefully position the lower steering column cover back in place. Once the cover is properly aligned, reinstall the bottom screw underneath the steering column. Reconnect the negative battery terminal. You can now start the engine so the steering wheel can be turned freely. Also, make sure the airbag warning light is not turned on in the instrument cluster. With the engine running, turn the steering wheel to the left to access the left mounting point and reinstall the left upper screw. Then turn the steering wheel to the right and reinstall the right upper screw. After all 3 screws are installed, double check that the lower steering column cover is secure, properly aligned, and not loose or misaligned. Finally, reinstall the upper steering column cover. Line up the plastic clips, then press down evenly across the cover until each clip snaps into place. The reassembly is now complete and we are done. If this video is helpful, give it a like and subscribe to Reassembly for more DIY automotive videos. Thanks for watching.